Hey guys, today I'm working on the 2011 John Deere Z950A, and the problem we are having is that the deck will not lift. And this deck lifts with an electric over hydraulic cylinder, and it's controlled by a push button here inside the control lever. That push button operates this electric over hydraulic cylinder, and it connects down here to where those nuts are, and the connection is broken. So we'll go ahead and get started on the repair. Okay, to start this repair, I have disconnected the battery on both sides. This battery is easy to remove. It just has a rubber strap here holding it in. Pull that out of the way, and I can pull the battery out of my way to get to the two 10mm bolts that hold the cylinder in. There's one right there, and there's one right there. We'll also disconnect the electrical connection. Just pry up on that tab with my finger, and it slides right out. I should also mention that this machine has 1,351 hours on it, and it has the 72-inch deck. Okay, with the battery removed, you can see I have better access to this 10mm bolt. I'll unscrew these from both sides. I should be able to pull the cylinder right out. Okay, now that I have the bolts removed from the cylinder, I can go ahead and just lift it up and pull it straight out of the back. Okay, here I have the cylinder on the bench, and here's the problem. The reason it has tape on it is because last year the bolts that hold this to the shaft broke, and now this year these pieces have broke. There's one on each side, and they're both the same piece. Okay, now that I've got the cylinder out, I can go ahead and remove the two bolts that hold the pieces on here that connect the cylinder to that shaft. And to do that, I'll need two 13mm wrenches. I can either come in from the bottom right here, or from over here just above the deck. Okay, I've got the old pieces off the machine now. You can see where they broke. Here are the new ones in comparison. Here's the pin that hold the pieces in the shaft, and the new bolts that I had replaced last year, and these are actually locking nuts. I don't know if you can tell, but they have an oval shape to them. What they do is they sit right inside here, and I take a piece of tape, go across the top there, just like I did on this one last year, so that the nuts don't fall out when you're trying to reinstall them. And these did not break on me last year, the bolts did. And these bolts are a pretty specific length, because they can't be too long or they'll go up into the bracket. They can't be too short because they won't contact the nut there. And here's the receipt. The part number there is TCU 22171, and it's called a bell crank, and you need one for each side, and the total today was $11.53. Okay, I've got the nuts taped in and the parts ready to be installed, and this is how they go on the shaft. If this is the shaft, they go on like this, not like that. The nuts are on the outside. And they have, here on the bottom, there's slots in the shaft that these will slide right into, and they'll line themselves up. Okay, I noticed when I started to put this first bracket back on the shaft there that this opening wasn't going to be wide enough to allow me to slip the pin in from where the deck is positioned right now. So I went ahead and just put it right back on the shaft here, put the pin in, and these will set right on the shaft there and bolt in just fine. And to get the shaft to retract, you just have to push down on it. We'll go back in. There you go, now the shaft is retracted, and we can start the reinstall of these brackets. Okay, I've got the bolts tightened down to the brackets through the shaft right there in the middle of the screen. And now you can slide the cylinder forward, make sure to have the motor on top, and tighten down the 10mm bolts. I wanted to point out that this bolt does have this little spacer on it too, on both sides. So make sure you grab that when you take it out. Okay, both of the 10mm bolts are installed. I've reinstalled the battery, positive first, ground second. I reinstalled the rubber strap that holds it in place. I reconnected the cylinder, and now it works as it should. There you go, repair complete. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you'd like to see more videos of lawn care repair, just click the subscribe button. Thanks for watching.